Amateur Radio Service, Element 2, Technician Class Question Pool. These questions are valid July 1st, 2014 to June 30th, 2018. This lesson we cover questions T1B10 through T1B13. T1B10. Which of the bands above 30 MHz that are available to the technician class operator have mode-restricted subbands? A. The 6 meter, 2 meter, and 70 centimeter bands. B. The 2 meter and 13 centimeter bands. C. The 6 meter, 2 meter, and 1.25 meter bands. And D. The 2 meter and 70 centimeter bands. To answer this question, I'm going to refer you to the AARL band plan. And specifically, we're looking for above 30 megahertz. So right quickly, we can eliminate most of this chart. And you see the remainder are all available to the technician class. These bands, you can see the technician has full access to all the frequencies. So we can eliminate those. Okay, so at this point we need to talk about what is a sub-band and what is a restricted mode. Well, a sub-band, if you can think about it, a certain frequency range is from here to here. A sub-band might be just this portion of it. It's not the entire bandwidth, it's just a small portion of it. So a sub-band is a segment of the full band. Mode restricted means you can only use a certain type of communications, either Morse code or digital or phone or others. So that's kind of the crux of what a subband is and what a restricted mode is. So let's go back to the chart. These bands, however, you can see the technician is limited in the amount of frequencies available in that band area. And you can also see that these have subbands that are restricted modes. So the answer to this question is the 6 meter, the 2 meter, and the 1.25 meter bands. T1B11. What emission modes are permitted in the mode restricted subbands at 50.0 to 50.1 megahertz and 144.0 to 144.1 megahertz? A. CW only, and CW stands for Morse code or specifically continuous wave. B. CW and RTTY. RTTY stands for radio teletype. C is SSB only. SSB stands for single sideband. And D, CW and SSB. So again, let's refer to the AARL band plan. You can see the frequencies we're specifically looking at are 50 to 50.1 megahertz and 144.0 to 144.1 megahertz. And looking at the band plan, we can see those frequencies here in the 6 meter band and the 2 meter band, and they have restricted modes. Specifically, the little white box with a squiggly line means it is CW, Morse code or continuous wave, making the answer to this question A, CW only. T1B12. Why are frequency assignments for the U.S. stations operating maritime mobile not the same everywhere in the world? Answers are A. Amateur radio mobile stations in international waters must conform to the frequency assignments of the country nearest to their vessel. B. Amateur frequency assignments can vary among the 3 ITU regions. C. Frequency assignments are determined by the captain of the vessel. Or D. Amateur frequency assignments are different in each of the 90 ITU zones. So let's refer back to 97.301 authorized frequency bands. Now this is just a small cliplet of the bands. And you can see here between ITU region 1 and region 2 in the 2 meter band that they vary on the 144 to 146 or 144 to 148 megahertz range. And even down here in the 70 centimeter band, you can see that they vary. So the frequencies actually vary depending upon where in the world and which ITU region you happen to be in. So the answer to this question is amateur frequency assignments can vary among the 3 ITU regions. T1B13. Which emissions may be used between 219 and 220 megahertz? A. Spread spectrum. B is data. C. Single sideband voice. D. Fast scan television. So let's refer back to our AARL band plan. And we can find that frequency range of 219 through 220 megahertz. And we can see it is restricted to fixed digital messaging forwarding systems only. A brief explanation of a digital forwarding message system is a receiver that receives a digital signal, stores it temporarily, and then retransmits it on. Making the answer to this question B, data. References for this video are the U.S. Government Printing Office at http://www.ecfr.gov, the American Radio Relay League at http://arrl.org. Thank you, and as always, please subscribe.